All right, crew, welcome back. We got a lot to cover in this short little video today, so make sure you grab the beverage of your choice, hang out. We got $40 billion in options that have just expired, and the next move, well, it could be explosive. Meanwhile, we got Ethereum cooling off a bit, and altcoins are bleeding out today, but smart money is circling, and it's not time to panic. It's time to position, and we're going to break it all down for you. Welcome back, crew. It's your boy Tom here, bringing you the hottest in crypto and Bitcoin action. If you like what you see, give us a like. Make sure you hit subscribe, and don't forget to follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin and altcoins all day, every day. All right, let's get into it. Bitcoin holding steady right around 107,000. We're dipping slightly below at 106,879. It's fine. We're down just under 1% after a massive 40 billion option expiry shook up the landscape. Now, we're still sandwiched between 106 support and 108 resistance. It's in a tight range, but I feel the longer that we coil, the bigger the breakout. Now, smart money isn't panicking, they're waiting. All right. So as you can see right here, we're pressing up against the resistance. The main point the way to get through is that 111. We have actually support all the way down to that 96,000 right before that CME market gap. Now, could we potentially get down there? I don't think so, but I'm going to show you on a shorter term chart exactly where we are. So I believe tension's building fast. The breakout could be violent, so we got to watch for the liftoff. So I want to take you over to the 2-day chart that I like to work on. As we can see, we told you that we had resistance up at this level. We were banging into, we couldn't clear it. So we're getting a little bit of consolidation right now in this area right here. Okay, we can see it. This 106 is pretty important for us. If we dip down, we could get down to that 104,500 level right down here. And as you know, Justin has a trade position in. He's trying to scoop Bitcoin down there, and he thinks we can get down there. Now, remember, we have a live stream tomorrow, so make sure you head on over to that. I'll give you all the info on how you can join it. So let me do a little bit of other chart work for you. I want to show you a tool that I like to, deploy out into the marketplace to give me an idea. I love using Fibonacci, but sometimes, straight up Fibonacci, horizontal levels aren't just exactly what I need. So what I like to do is I like to come on over and I like to grab a Fibonacci, where is it? Fibonacci channel. All right. Now, with the channel, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find out where the potential fib breakout could occur. So we originally had this low right here, which was very important. However, we spiked down and created a lower low, which really right now is the most important point on this chart, because if the market turns down and breaks this, we're looking at filling that 97,500 CME gap and potentially even the 92,000. Now, I'm not saying it's going to do that. We're still in a decent bullish tendency in this marketplace. Now, I know some of our guys on the YouTube, they're thinking that we're dropping down. That's great. I hope that they're short. I hope that the trades work out for them. But actually, we have a little bit different take on this, and we'll see who's going to be right in the long run. And I'll be the first to say, hey, those dudes were right. All right, so what I want to do with the channel is I want to take this bottom here. I want to come across, okay, and I want to go out into the future as far as I can, without going off the chart. I want to hit that, and I want to circle back to the important top that I need to get through. So ultimately, we need to get through that top. So now we have, we have Fibonacci, but not horizontal. We got them basically looking almost like an Andrew's pitchfork here. So as we can see, really the first level that we got to get through is this 108. That's confirming. And then if we come up to the top of the chart, guess what we got? We got that 115, 116 we were talking about. And at that point, we reset this Fibonacci channel, okay? So Bitcoin right now is respecting the channel zone with, it's near textbook precision, right? And the channel zone that I'm talking about are these three channels right here. This one, this meridian, and this one. That's basically the most important parts of the channel. It's respecting it right now. If we get this dip down, well, maybe we can get and see Bitcoin come down to where Justin believes it's going to come down to, where he thinks that the coin itself is going to actually retrace, and he's going to be able to scoop it at a great price. Let me make sure this chart reloads. And here's what he's looking for. He's looking for a retrace down here. He actually has the trade placed up on FOREX, the broker of our choice. I want to show you the trade right there on FOREX. And here is the standing order right here, buy 104,763. So if you want to know his thinkings on it, make sure that you head over to the live stream, and I'll show you how to do that at the end of the video. Completely free. He gives out great trading tips, and talks about what positions he wants to take. So as we move a little bit forward, we all know that M2 liquidity drives markets. M2 is exploding again. Now, we had the Iran-Israeli conflict where actually money tightened up. Money always tightens up when there's like global conflict. Now that's over. It looks like the peace is holding for now. So M2 is exploding again. And now Bitcoin, we feel, just broke free from the trap. So the distribution phase is loading, so strap in. Now, I want to make another point, all right? A lot of people, we keep watching the forest, we keep looking at the trees instead of the forest, okay? Bitcoin doesn't reward impatience, all right? Every cycle ends the same, a vertical melt up that punishes hesitation. So you got to be involved, and of course, you have to pick your battles, all right? I'm not telling you just go long Bitcoin here. No, develop your trading strategy. Maybe you want to follow Justin, looking to get long at like 104,700 with a tight stop. However you want to trade this thing, there's as many ways to trade as there are people on the planet. So you actually have to have your own strategy, and obviously I don't know what your strategy would be. So the setup is real, all right? The timing is textbook. All that's left is your conviction to get involved, all right? Now, I want to show you something where we talk about Bitcoin is in the ending diagonal pattern. This is the final wave that we're seeing for, the long term, okay? This is where the parabolic ends and pain begins. The target's 155,000. Now, what comes after that? Well, we'll deal with it when we get there, one step at a time. However, we believe that once we reach this level here, we could get a push back down. I think this is a little irrationally exuberant at 65, Frank, but okay. We'll see what happens, and I know that we're going to be doing work when we get up there. So let's move on over to Ethereum, all right? What we have to talk about in Ethereum is Ethereum is flirted with 2,500, but the bulls couldn't hold the line. Right now, around 2427, so 2,427 right now. We're consolidating around the 2,400 with the key support is 2,400. If we dip below 2,400, we could see like the 2,300 zone, and that could be your re-entry point. But if we hold and bounce, we got a fresh wave towards 2,600, 2,700 that could follow fast. Now, if we're looking at the green zone right here, Ethereum just tapped the green zone again. Every cycle, this level marked the macro bottom, and every time Ethereum jumps, goes vertical from it. So all I'm saying to the marketplace is let the most hated rally begin. It's going to begin. Now, we got further evidence from it because I don't know why they're front running Ethereum with actually, if we look at this chart right here, Coinbase stock. They're buying Coinbase stock before they're actually accumulating Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is what's given the spark to Coinbase stock. So it's a little bit of a confusion for me. I mean, I would think that they would front run, Ethereum, grab Ethereum, then grab Coinbase stock. But markets are markets. They're going to do what they want to do. So, the Coinbase stock just broke out hard. Ethereum showing the exact same setup, same path, same breakout rhythm. As I said, I think that they should have front run, Ethereum before, but they didn't. So I would think that you should be looking to position Ethereum before the crowd wakes up. Now, moving on to altcoins. Well, actually, one more chart in Ethereum. I want to just show you one more chart in Ethereum. Right now, if we look at Ethereum, 2016, 2024, 25. All right. If you look at the breakout at the top of the box, it went parabolic. All right. It went from $15 up to $300. We're seeing the same setup in Ethereum today. And we're looking for the breakout above the 3,800 to 4,000 level. I think that I've said before, and it's been wrong. I've said 2,800 should have been the breakout. It flirted with it, and then it did this false breakdown again. Actually, it did this false breakdown again. It didn't drop down to here. That's too far in the past. However, the breakout at 3,800, we think, will spark the rally. So let's move on to altcoins. All right. So altcoins today, they're taking a bit of a beating. So I want to show you this. So you get the overall view of the market, like the forest instead of the trees. All right. Look where we are. Okay. We flipped the all-time high of 2021. It's just right now coiling above it. Okay. Now it's coiling pretty far away from above it. So really we're getting the test. This is going to break out this top. There's going to be a flood of money into the altcoin market. Now, let me talk about some things here. We got XRP, which is a favorite of mine. It's down like 5%. ADA is down. AVEX is down, and it's washing out retail hands fast. But I'm holding fast. But now I want to point you to something here. All right, this is flying under the radar, and we pointed this out. So it's really important for you to see this. There's one coin that we think is going to be incredibly spectacular. It's HBAR. It's not a drill. HBAR just went orbital, really. Okay, they just launched satellites. Okay, so we got Hedra, Seal Corp, satellite powered networks that are happening. 20 satellites alive now, 1.6 billion devices secured. We're talking about transactions from space. Okay, this isn't hype. This is real alpha, and we suggest that you check this out, okay? Because as we can see, I'm going to show you something here. I want to take you over to an accumulation chart. I want to show you this chart. And this is a pretty important chart. As soon as it loads up, here we go. We are deeply in the accumulation zone, all right? Now, Frank pointed this out. Utility altcoins are dirt cheap. They're dirt cheap. Now, you got to pick and choose your ones. We said HBAR, we like that one. Do your own research. Check it out. See if you want to get involved. Definitely involved with that myself. Rotation is near. Breakouts are going to follow. Buy where people are falling asleep and yawning, and sell when they scream. Or an old Wall Street term was, when the ducks are quacking, feed them. When the ducks are silent, you're starting to accumulate. And then when they start quacking, you feed them. All right. So while the dust settles, these quiet leaders are usually going to run first. All right. So let's just wrap it up right here. We got Bitcoin. We got bullish divergence brewing on the RSI, support at 106, resistance right now at 108 to 110. Ethereum daily. All right. Ethereum itself, we're looking at the rainbow chart, but on Ethereum, the 20 EMA just crossed the 50 EMA. It's a bullish short term if it holds above the 2,300. Okay. Total market cap right now hovers near 3.35 trillion. Plenty of room to climb, especially with ETF flows starting next week. All right, so today we had the options expiry is behind us. It's removing key volatility pressure. Now, geopolitical risk still looms, but the markets are adapting. We got to watch out for that skunk Powell, and global liquidity data is also coming in next week. That's going to drive sentiment. So we got to stay nimble on this. So rotation is definitely happening. We just got to stay patient with this. If you gotta watch, HBAR, you gotta watch, any of your favorite altcoins. Watch for some signs of life. All right, before we wrap up, I gotta make sure that you're aware of our free trading community. As I always say, if you're new to this, here we go again. Signed out again. Like I said yesterday, thank God I found the pause button on this recorder. Okay, so what you would do is you click this link right here. You'll be taken over to our free community where you can join up. We drop insane alpha. It's also the way to get into the live trading room. If you want to follow us on our broker of choice, we suggest that you click this link right here. You'll be taken over to FOREX, where this broker for us is perfect. It's low fees, fast execution, everything that you could want in a broker. We got the standing order right now. Make sure you join tomorrow's live stream where Justin will give you an overall view of Ethereum, Bitcoin, why he's placing this trade, what he thinks is going to happen with this trade. All right, so also make sure that you come on over to X. You follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin and crypto all day, every day, and we drop insane alpha like H bar. Like H bar right there. All right, so remember, as a short-term trader, what do you got to do? You got to do your own research. You got to pick your battles. You got to pick your points. Okay, you got to watch when coins like this go into outer space. All right, and remember, always make sure you trade with your head, not over it, and do as a short-term trader enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.